Hey everybody, Justin Larson here. I know most of you have seen the finished product of my knife build, but it's not finished because every knife needs a sheath. So now I'm here in the leather shop and I've decided to go through and try to see which kind of leather I'd like to use. I got plenty to choose from here, and trust me, leather is very expensive, so you have to be careful with it. So the first thing I've done is you obviously need to cut a piece of leather to the size of your knife plus a 1/2 inch all the way around the knife, so you have some place to put your stitches and whatnot. And here's the first piece I came up with. This is going to accept the knife and also some extra leather in order to fold it over and create a loop for your belt. There's a couple things I had to do first before you put it together. I had to attach this because this will be on the inside. This is going to be my snap that holds the whole everything in. And I also had to produce the front, which is the part that needs to look good, and install the snap there. I did some tool work on this on the front end using some very basic leather making tools. And so that looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. So let me explain. There's a couple components to a knife sheath. First, you have the back with your little, your little thing there, and you also have what they call a welt, which is this part right here. The welt, well, it does a couple things. It provides for the thickness of the knife, and it also prevents, when the knife is done, prevents the knife from cutting the stitches. So the three components are this. Now these, the welt I have, and this will eventually be this part will be rubber cemented on. That's going to help hold everything together, but that's not what you really want to hold it together. That just helps you kind of work with it. Once I have this rubber cemented on and it's stable, I'm going to take it over to the drill press and I'm going to drill my stitch holes. If you look real close, you can see the holes where I'm going to drill my holes. You can see that they're already marked out, and I'll just use that. Now there's these bigger holes here that are going to be meant for rivets. Typically the two sides there need a rivet, and the very end. That just helps strengthen everything. And this section here that goes around your belt I can build later, but before I put this all together I had to do this kind of stuff because I won't be able to get inside there after I have this done. So, and then once I'm finished with everything, stitching it and all that, I'm going to take the whole sheath to the sander and smooth the whole profile off on the sander so it's nice and clean and looks good. And then finish the belt loop there and add the snap, the other part of the snap, to this, which is these two little components here. And I'll oil it with, believe it or not, Crisco oil. A lot of saddle makers use Crisco oil. It makes it look really good. It seals it up, keeps it from water from penetrating and damaging it. And what I'm going to stitch it with is this. It's artificial sinew. Sinew is obviously what Indians used to use to do their stitch work back in the day, but they make artificial sinew that comes on pretty large rolls. This thing's lasted me more than a year, and I haven't even put a dent in it, and it's about $12. So, but and as you can see, there's all kinds of tools you can use to work your leather. It takes a little practice and a little bit of work, and you can get books and stuff on it, and there's things that you can do that are easy, like alphabets. But I don't do a lot of that. I just have those just because I had to have them. But when I have this sheath finished, I'll take a picture of it and post it, and then I'll be ready finally for I'm going to document my next knife build from beginning to end. This one I have kind of botched up, but I'm going to do it from beginning to end next time, so anybody who's interested can see how this whole process works. This whole project's taken me about 45 days. And it doesn't mean it took me 45 days, 8 hours a day to do it. It's just that, I have a job, so I have a couple hours in the evening to deal with this, and then things happen, and you don't always have a chance to get back at it. But we'll see you next time when I show you the photo of it and start the next project. See you next time.